No one tells you this. The moment after divorce isn't freedom. It's the beginning of something much darker. Because what feels like happiness at first is actually your brain lying to you. Welcome to Female Nature Revealed, where we explore the hidden truths of psychology and uncover what happens after a divorce. Freedom can feel like absolute happiness until the silence begins to settle in and the heavy reality truly hits you. What happens after divorce is rarely what people expect when they sign those papers and walk away from their past. From the outside looking in, it always appears to be a beautiful new beginning filled with endless possibilities and hope. Social media posts are suddenly flooded with smiling photos and inspiring captions, claiming healing and finally being completely free again. Friends and family leave supportive comments celebrating this bold new chapter and praising the incredible courage it took to leave. Everyone cheers for the newfound independence, while the hidden struggles remain completely invisible to the outside world and casual observers. But clinical psychology tells a much more complicated story about the hidden emotional toll that follows such massive life changes. The human mind processes separation through complex stages that often contradict the cheerful pictures posted online for everyone to see. This video is not about judging divorce or making anyone feel guilty for choosing to walk away from a marriage. It is simply about understanding the deeply ingrained emotional cycles and biological attachment systems that govern our most intimate relationships. We must explore the painful process of identity reconstruction because every major life decision comes with a hidden psychological cost. Let us dive deep into Phase 1, which experts often call the euphoria or the beautiful honeymoon with yourself today. During this initial stage, the brain experiences a massive dopamine rebound as the immediate stress of a broken relationship fades. A profound sense of relief washes over you, creating a powerful illusion that all your life problems have completely vanished. You suddenly feel incredibly empowered and wonderfully independent, as if you have finally awakened from a very long, dark sleep. The identity reset feels absolutely intoxicating because you are no longer tied to the heavy expectations of a failing marriage. Social media significantly amplifies this feeling by providing constant validation and endless attention from friends who support your new journey. Every single like and comment serves as a tiny dopamine hit that reinforces the powerful illusion of absolute personal success. You buy new clothes, change your hairstyle, and completely reinvent your daily routine to match this exciting new single persona. The weekends are packed with fun activities and exciting social events that make you feel truly alive and vibrant again. However, this initial burst of energy is temporary, and relief often disguises itself as genuine, long-lasting happiness and peace. As the months pass by, the intense novelty of being single slowly begins to fade into the background of life. This brings us to Phase 2, which psychologists refer to as the awakening, where the harsh dating reality finally emerges. Stepping back into the modern dating market can be an incredibly shocking experience after being entirely off the market earlier. Evolutionary psychology explains that sudden mate selection pressure and fierce competition dynamics can quickly overwhelm a newly single older person. You start meeting new people, but quickly realize that building a genuine connection requires an enormous amount of emotional energy. These new partners severely lack the shared history and profound emotional depth that you previously took for granted every day. The inside jokes and comfortable silences are completely gone, replaced by awkward first dates and superficial conversations with absolute strangers. The inevitable comparison begins as your brain automatically measures every new romantic prospect against the familiar ghost of your ex. You notice the small, annoying habits of new dates while conveniently forgetting the massive issues that actually ended your marriage. The past suddenly starts to look very different when you no longer have it sitting right there in front of you. Nostalgia is a powerful liar that paints your previous relationship in warm, glowing colors while hiding the dark, painful memories. This emotional shift slowly drags you into Phase 3, which is characterized by a creeping sense of panic and doubt. The quiet moments in an empty house suddenly feel heavy, and the deep loneliness becomes painfully visible for the first time. Extensive scientific research clearly shows that humans are a pair-bonding species designed to thrive in secure, long-term partnerships. Long-term attachment naturally creates a deep biological dependency that cannot be simply erased by signing a legal divorce document. The physical symptoms of this sudden detachment include severe emotional fatigue and a rapidly shrinking social circle of mutual friends. If children are involved, the overwhelming stress of single parenting adds a massive layer of pure exhaustion to daily life. Managing the household entirely alone while trying to heal a broken heart drains your physical energy and mental focus completely. Your exhausted brain begins a complex process of memory reconstruction, trying to make sense of the profound loss you feel. You start actively reframing the past relationship and wondering if maybe things were not actually as bad as you thought. The late-night thoughts become consumed by endless questions about whether you made the biggest mistake of your entire life. You scroll through old photos on your phone and feel a sharp pain in your chest looking at happier times. The silence of the night amplifies your deepest insecurities and makes the future look incredibly terrifying and completely uncertain now. Friends who supported your divorce have now returned to their own busy lives, leaving you to face the quiet alone. You realize that the freedom you fought so hard to achieve comes with an incredibly heavy burden of total responsibility. This difficult realization marks the beginning of Phase 4, where the brutal reality of your new situation finally stabilizes completely. The reckoning has arrived, bringing intense financial pressure and a deep sense of emotional isolation that you never truly expected. Living on a single income while managing all the household expenses creates a constant underlying anxiety about your financial future. The reduced attention from society and the lack of a dedicated partner makes you feel entirely invisible to the world. We must also consider the powerful biological factors like severe touch deprivation, which experts often refer to as skin hunger. The sudden withdrawal of oxytocin and other bonding chemicals leaves your body in a state of literal physical withdrawal symptoms. Your nervous system craves the simple comforting embrace of another human being, but the empty bed offers absolutely no warmth. Returning to the dating market reality exposes you to ruthless competition and complex age dynamics that feel incredibly unfair today. You suddenly experience harsh perceived value shifts as society judges your worth based on superficial metrics instead of your character. The dating apps feel like a shallow meat market, where genuine connection is constantly replaced by endless, mindless swiping behavior. You go on dates that feel like stressful job interviews, leaving you more drained and hopeless than you were before. It becomes painfully obvious that true freedom does not magically remove reality, but rather it brutally exposes it to you. You are forced to confront your own toxic patterns and deep emotional wounds without a partner to blame them on. Let us explore a deeper layer of psychology to understand exactly why this emotional roller coaster happens to so many people. The conflict between dopamine and stability plays a massive role in how we perceive happiness within our long-term relationships. Novelty always feels incredibly exciting and intensely rewarding, while peaceful stability often feels completely invisible and painfully boring over time. We naturally take safety for granted and constantly chase the thrilling highs of new experiences to feel truly alive again. However, the human attachment system is deeply wired into our brains, and those strong emotional bonds never just disappear instantly. Tearing away from a long-term partner literally damages your neural pathways, requiring significant time and immense effort to heal. The modern social narrative constantly pressures us to live our best lives and never settle for anything less than perfection. This toxic positivity creates highly unrealistic expectations about love and makes us quickly abandon relationships at the first sign of trouble. The media romanticizes the idea of walking away, but rarely shows the ugly crying and deep despair that follows later. Another major factor is the devastating identity collapse that occurs when you lose your shared role as a devoted partner. For years, your entire self-worth and daily routines were deeply intertwined with another person, creating a unified, shared existence. Stripping away that vital title leaves a massive, gaping void in your soul, that cannot be filled by casual hobbies. You have to completely relearn how to make simple decisions without consulting the person who used to be your teammate. The real truth about divorce is an escalation of complex emotions that society rarely discusses openly in polite public conversations. Divorce is absolutely not just a single legal event where you sign papers and magically move on with your life. It is a massive neurological reset that forces your brain to completely rewire how it processes trust, safety, and love. It is a brutal emotional withdrawal process that mimics the exact same physical symptoms as quitting a highly addictive drug. It requires a painful reconstruction of your entire identity from the ground up while you are actively grieving a loss. Some people truly thrive after a divorce, using the pain as a powerful catalyst for immense personal growth and transformation. They build successful new careers, discover hidden passions, and eventually form much healthier relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. But a significant number of people deeply struggle to find their footing and remain trapped in a cycle of regret. They carry the heavy, bitter baggage of their failed marriage into every new interaction, sabotaging their chances of future happiness. The fundamental difference between those who thrive and those who struggle usually comes down to one critical factor called self-awareness. People who actively reflect on their own toxic behaviors and take full accountability for their mistakes can actually heal properly. Those who constantly play the victim and blame everything entirely on their ex-partner will never truly move forward peacefully. We must reframe this entire conversation because this is absolutely not about men versus women in a bitter gender war. Both genders experience profound loss, deep emotional confusion, and massive identity shifts when a long-term marriage finally falls apart. The pain of a shattered family does not discriminate based on gender, and the lonely nights feel identical for everyone. Both sides lose precious time, significant financial resources, and the comforting dream of growing old together on a quiet porch. But many people severely underestimate the devastating long-term psychological cost of separation when they first decide to walk away. They focus entirely on the immediate relief of escaping a bad situation without preparing for the massive marathon of healing. The journey to true recovery requires immense patience, dedicated therapy, and a willingness to sit quietly with your own pain. You cannot simply bypass the grieving process by jumping into a new relationship or distracting yourself with endless busy work. The unresolved trauma will patiently wait for you in the shadows and eventually sabotage your future attempts at finding love. True healing begins when you finally accept that the end of your marriage was a profound loss worthy of mourning. You must forgive yourself for the mistakes you made and forgive your former partner for the pain they caused you. This level of radical acceptance allows you to finally release the heavy burden of resentment that is poisoning your heart. Only then can you begin to slowly rebuild a new life that is truly aligned with your deepest, authentic values. The newly constructed version of yourself will be much stronger, infinitely wiser, and far more resilient than you ever imagined. You will eventually learn to find genuine peace in your own quiet company without desperately needing another person for validation. The scars from your divorce will always remain, but they will eventually stop hurting and become symbols of your survival. As we reach the conclusion of this deep psychological exploration, we must acknowledge that the desire for freedom is real. The human spirit naturally yearns to break free from toxic environments and seek out spaces where it can truly flourish. But chasing freedom without a deep understanding of your own psychological needs often leads to a completely different, invisible prison. You might escape a difficult marriage, only to find yourself trapped in a cold, lonely cycle of superficial dating experiences. The ultimate question is not simply whether leaving your partner is morally right or wrong in the eyes of society. The real question is whether you fully understand exactly what you are truly trading when you walk out that door. Are you ready to trade comfortable familiarity for the terrifying uncertainty of building an entirely new life from the ashes? Are you prepared to face your darkest shadows alone and do the incredibly hard work required to heal your soul? If you want a deeper breakdown on attachment styles and long-term relationships, please comment the word attachment down below. Thank you for watching and supporting our journey to uncover the hidden psychological truths that shape our most intimate lives. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next videos. Until next time, stay aware and keep exploring your mind with us here on the Female Nature Revealed official channel.